And with the sound of the horn, welcome everyone for Game 2, Semifinals 2013. We already have our first winner as the Surge punched their ticket over the flow there in the first semifinal game here this morning. Of course, you give a special shout out as well to Tide, even though they did make it through to the semifinals. Great tournament then, but today we have Whitecaps and Surf looking to make their way to the finals here, the Wave Invitational 2013s, as the referees get the nets all set up, players pick up the pucks. Of course, our starting goaltenders, the battle of the 34s, Ravlo for Surf and Jack McDonald for the Whitecaps. First semifinal was a fun one, came right down to the end. Back and forth battle. We expect the same here between these two clubs. Mike Elliott here on the call. Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, RBC Center. And it's early, but the play has been hot. The rink has been bumping. All four ice pad surfaces being used. Of course, we got the four different divisions going on here for the Wave Invitational, and it's been great to see all the kids out in the lobby and running around with all the swag and everything. They enjoy it. The referees are ready to go. Hope you are as well. And we get the drop of the puck. Whitecaps in white, Surf in the pale blue. Excuse me, and they have the puck inside the zone now, but they're kind of whacking away at it. A little bit of a mad scramble. Surf able to find it, trying to re-enter the zone. Whitecaps on it quickly. As it hits a few skates now, Surf will let the setup again at the blue line. Little partner pass, cutting in, top of the circle, right from the face out top. There's a shot. I don't think it quite made it through. Either way, puck doesn't make it outside the zone. Looking for a little redirect, and what a shot that was there. Great pass from the point, but the redirect just goes wide. Now firing that one, and firing high was Landon Andrews. And that one's gonna go way up into the netting. There's one for the fans. Looks to throw it back on the ice. So a quick start here to this one. Of course, we play 3 11-minute periods, and if that's not enough, we'll head to overtime. Lots going to happen between that and the end of this one, as we're only 38 seconds in, as the officials trying to get the wingers to back up, and they try to cheat their way right back in. But the Whitecaps going to control the draw, take it to the corner. Looking to pick it up now. Porter Dixon looking to clear. They move it up through center now. Trying to find their way through now is Joel Doyle, who puts it just inside the zone. Surf pick it up in the corner though. Bouncing puck picked up along the wall. That goes off a skate in behind. It's going to go the opposite corner. Lucky for the Surf, there wasn't a Whitecap player sitting there. Now Surf will try to clear again. Whitecaps have it for the moment. Move it over. Here's a chance here. There's a pass that goes off the skate. Is trying to set up was Landry. He's been a fun player to watch this tournament, number 87. And he's with the puck now in behind, trying to set something up. On his forehand, hands it off. Looking to maybe get it back, and to go back to the blue line with it. Trying to set up a shot as Moran. And heads up on the bench there, the coaches. You always tell it's summertime. You look down to see the coaches just in long sleeve t-shirts, and on the other side, they're wearing shorts. Always a different vibe between spring hockey and summer hockey. Showing up to the rink in shorts and t-shirts is always a good time, but it's still pretty chilly in here as the officials try to get them all lined up here. As they face off in the offside dot just below us, and it's kind of scored in and taking no chances as the Surf goaltender. Ravlo gonna cover that up and set up with the red and white pads and helmet and blocker trapper. In on the draw now. In the feet. Surf pick it up. McAllen looks up ice now, trying to find somebody open. Pass in behind, trying to spring. Now a race for it to try to get there before the icing. But as the whistle goes, not quite fast enough. Pass just not the right angle off the boards. If not, you might have been sprung in alone trying to catch up to it. So I'll bring it all the way back to the Surf zone. 9:07 remaining here, first period. We'll redo that face-off. On the boards with it. little bit of pushing and shoving. It's have to let them at this age get away with a little more along the boards. Puck does come loose. Surf pick it up. Trying to get open here in the neutral zone. Hits the red line. Gonna dump that down deep is Andrews. Now from behind his own goal. Looking to bring it out. Delores. They start to break out. Now on the far side. Looking to cut in. Udall. Gonna go all the way back to the blue line. Trying to find some room now. There's a long burst right on goal. And able to see that all the way through with a little bit of traffic in front row. First test there for White Radlow. But he makes a save, cover up. Another face-off, we'll say, in the Surf zone. Back on the draw. Face-off, one back that the Surf goaltender will play is Moran. I always say, shot on goal is not a bad thing. Never know, tips, screens, rebounds. Puck behind the net. Reverse down to the corner. Surf having a hard time clearing this one out as Whitecaps keeping it in. Putting that one down deep is Landry. They put it in behind. Now both teams give chase. On the boards, chipping in from the blue line, but unable to hold it deep was Dixon. So Whitecaps will pick it back up in their own zone. Now it's on here to Landry. Landry trying to get a step here on the inside as he takes it to the corner. Not much room between these two teams here right now. Whitecaps a little more offensive zone time, but now here comes Surf. There's a long head pass. Takes a funny bounce off the board, so now looking to go back. There's a redirect. Get stick on it, back it up again. And the goalie's down as McDonald reached back there. Looked over his shoulder for a quick moment as the puck was bobbling around in the blue paint, but able to find it, cover up. 7:20 remaining here now in the first. Still waiting for our first goal of this game. Surf with the draw, trying for the shot that gets deflected. It's good! As he thought he went off the short side, it was redirected and went up and over, and as you look back, kind of a funny one there, but Surf will take it, and I'm pretty sure it's number 91, Landon Andrews. We'll wait for the official announcement, but either way, Surf will get the first goal. This one with 7:16 remaining here in the first period. As McDonald, not too sure how that one got by him. It was, like I said, it shot right off the draw, and it took a funny deflection and bounced right behind him and in the back of the net. Surf looking for more now as they get the draw. Put it just inside the line. Whitecaps get there first, though. They move it behind the net. Looking up ice with it now at the blue line. Of course, we got this great vantage point right on top of the penalty box area here. You get to hear the benches and the players. And it was Andrews with the goal as Whitecaps throw one towards the net. Surf taking in behind, try the opposite side now. Looking to start the breakout. Up to the middle. Pass almost picked off, but Surf have it. One-on-one, trying to get by. I can't get by the defender, Delores, and then two players go hard to the boards there. Now in behind. Another player hits the ices. Again, referee's letting them go. Wasn't too many penalties in that first game in the semifinals. We'll see what comes with this one as the Whitecaps pick up a loose puck. Far side with it now, up through the middle. Looking for a change as he hits the red line, dumps it in deep. Surf with the time now behind their own net. Kind of bobbled the puck though, and quickly on it was Landry. Surf forced to the corner. Looking up ice, pass almost picked off, but does get up through the middle. Now stepping up, looking for some room to move. Whitecaps looking out front, does get the pass through, but a melee is 6 in front. Surf pick it off, and they're feeling the pressure. They're going to send that down the length of the ice. Icing will be the call. 5:52 remaining here in the first. 1-0 Surf. We'll bring it down deep in the Surf zone. And they got to put the brakes on as they win the draw and behind their own net. Looking to come out with it. Trying to find some room to move. Now they're up over the blue line. As two players go hard along the boards there. Referee right there making sure nothing comes from that. Whitecaps with it now. Here comes Landry. Landry, short side, looking for a pass out front. Surf get a stick on. They're quickly back the other way with some numbers. 3-on-2 shaping up. They're over the blue line. with it and likes to shoot. That was going to go off his shin pad as Shea tried to get that shot on goal. Now the Whitecaps, they're back the other way, 3-on-1. That's how quick they go here, folks. Pass over first, side shot, and standing tall at the top of this crease and making the save. As I believe that was Grayson O'Donnell throwing that shot on. Oh, no, I apologize. That's Carson McCarthy. Wrong color jersey there. Either way, Surf goaltender standing tall, making himself big right to the top of his crease, makes the save, covers up. 5:08 remaining here, first period. And on the boards, Surf look to clear. Pass up through the middle. Whitecaps get a stick on it. Back in their own zone now. Little DD pass, now looking to come up through the middle. They give it right back to Surf and tries to turn it right back. Stretching the lag there to stay on side was Andrews. He's got the only goal here so far, but Whitecaps pick off that pass. They try to come back the other way. Over the line now, getting taken down. Referee's arm stays down as well. Surf pick it up on the opposite side. Trying to move it up, another pass picked off through the middle. They go back to their own D. Turning up ice with it. Deloriers, he's gonna get forced back. Now gonna go for a little skate with it as he looks for some open ice. Over the blue line, tries to find an opening, left side likes to shoot, shots right on, rebounds loose. Surf trying to clear, Deloriers on it again, spinning and turning, look for another shot, this time trying to pass, don't even look for a redirect. That goes through the crease outside the other side. Surf can't clear, kept in at the blue line, walking right into it, right at the ringette line, fires a shot, but that's right in the old bread basket. That's the Surf goaltender. Again, likes to come way out to the top of his crease, makes himself big. A little less to shoot at, and he gets that right in the old logo, makes the save, covers up. 4:01 remaining now, first period, 1-0 hockey game. On the draw, Surf have it. Breaks on behind their own net. Pass down. They look to move it up. Can't make anything happen there. They bring it back in their own zone. And Dangerous is just inside his own blue line, but Whitecaps do move it. Now on that far side, trying to make their way through. Dole moves to pass over. Picked up now by Landry. Landry takes it deep in the corner. Trying to spin back from the defender. He chips it ahead. Defenseman chips in to put it back deep in the corner. Landry still with it. Trying to come out with it. Hard to get by those pale blue jerseys. Blocking up all the zone. Now it's passed back to the far blue line. Put the brakes on, going to put it down deep in the corner. Was Dixon. Now battle on the boards. And the referee yelling, let him go, play the puck. And the referee's been doing a good job letting him go. And if that puck squirts loose, comes right on top of the Surf goaltender. He's going to take no chances. He's going to smother that inside the crease. Makes the save down to 3:04 remaining here now in the first. Get that face off there on the far corner. Surf with another draw in behind their own net. Looking to start to break out. They put it to the corner, up along the boards. Now they look to move. Andrews loses the handle. Whitecaps right back the other way with it. There's a shot from way outside. Scores! Goes top corner over the shoulder, blocker side. Whitecaps getting the board. And it's going to be Brady Young, I believe, number 63. We're all tied at 1 here, 2:49 to go in the first. You're gonna stay right over, wait for the official goal call from our announcer down below, but either way, Whitecaps at 2:49 to go here, first period, tied up at 1. It's walked right down Main Street and fired that shot blocker side high. Bring it back to center. Whitecaps looking for more now. They win that faceoff. Here's the goal announcement. And it was Brady Young, unassisted. As the Surf finds a loose puck behind their own net, they're back the other way with it. Looking to bring the puck up ice now. Puck goes a little bit too far for them. Whitecaps cleared out. Surf will reset though here in the middle. They bring it back. fakes the drop pass, takes it wide, now passes up right above the face-off dot, fires that one, misses on that far side. Rebound comes all the way around, now chipping in from the blue line. There's another shot, that's redirected, open net, sliding over, everybody's down. But unable to get that shot through, and then another one from behind the net goes through the crease. So the Surf throwing everything towards that net. As the Whitecaps just gonna slam it down, but it goes off a Surf stick, so no icing. And the goalie way out to play, makes one of the nicer passes I've seen so far this morning, right on the tape as the Surf back inside the zone. Looking for some room to get to a shooting lane, there it is, but it's deflected. Goes in behind, down deep from the corner now. Surf trying to walk out, another one that goes off the post. Had some room there on the inside, didn't have much of an angle, can't beat the iron. As the Whitecaps just trying to feel the pressure and then feed out, and they do, from reaching for it. And it's going to be Landry. Landry trying to move it out front. As the goaltender's down, both players didn't get much on it. They're just trying to shovel one towards the goal. Either way, Surf goaltender keeps it out. Now the Surf looks to bring it up ice. They flick one up ahead and going to chip that in and allegate the icing. Johnson out, touches the puck, leaves it there for Varan. He starts to move it up. Oh, touch pass up through the middle, looking to skate into it. Was Dixon who puts it down deep. And the player gets taken down. Now the referee's arms up as the Surf touches the puck as we're under a minute to go here, first period. See if we get a boarding or a cross-checking call from my vantage point up here. So we'll look down at the referee and the player, but either way, Surf heading to the penalty box. The Whitecaps will head to the power play. Cross-checking will be the call, and it's going to go against Neil McCallum in the box for 2. 57 seconds left here in the first period, so a chance for the Whitecaps to regain their lead on the power play. We come down here, and there's a chance there. But it's deflected wide to the corner, and I should say Surf scored first. Whitecaps came back and tied it. Either way, one of these two teams looking to get the lead back. But right now, Surf had the puck, wasting some time. Not going to send it all the way down the length of the ice. Whitecaps pull a little move there behind the net. Now they look to come up ice with it. Going to skate the puck up. Going for a skate now with it is Max Guthrow. Guthrow back to the blue line. Has a little look. And the goalie with a clear view sees that all the way. Has thrown that shot on net. Was Henry Udall. Whitecaps still with it, 10 seconds. There's a shot from the from below the face-off dot. Looking for some room there, short side. But again, with another big save. Here's Ravlo. 9.8 up on the clock. Whitecaps would love to win this face-off back. Try to get one before the break, score on the power play. They get it signed up on the draw here. Surf win it down to the corner. Trying to find some room. They send it to the blue line, kept in 2 seconds after, and that's blocked in front. And you can see the young Surf player feeling the effect of that when he got that right in the hand. That's going to do it for us here after one. All tied at 1. We'll take a short break, come right back for the second. And the referee blows the whistle, put 11 minutes back up on the clock. Second period action, just get ready to get on their way. We're all tied at 1 here. But the Whitecaps will stay on the power play here for another minute 3. Exactly what we expected between these two teams here for the semifinals. Like I said, Surge waiting in the wings here for the winner of this one. I don't think it matters which one it is. It should be a great game coming up just after lunchtime here, local time. As it gets put deep into the Surf zone. They look to clear it up. They're going to whiff on that clearing attempt, though. Puck stays in the corner, picked up by Landry now. Landry looked over front for a minute and cycled it back to the corner, but Surf's there to pick it off. Now spinning and turning, look for some open ice and sending it all the way down. Ravlo gonna come out to play it. Leaves it there for Dixon. Dixon puts the brakes in behind, 37 seconds to go in the power play. He's gonna hand that off to McCarthy. McCarthy gets forced back deep. Now try to wind one up as he brings it all the way from his own end, look for some room, but that's gonna be picked off. And didn't like that too much, but Grayson O'Donnell was able to step up in front of him and stop him at the red line, force him down deep. Only 10 seconds remain now in the power play. There's a pass out front, almost getting a stick on McCarthy, but it goes right through the top of the crease. Whitecaps pick it up again, leave it in the corner. If the penalized player gets ready to step back on the ice, he's gonna have to hustle to get back into play. Whitecaps here short side, trying to get to a shooting lane. Penalized player back on the ice, back to 5-on-5. Whitecaps still with possession, down low with it. Trying to find somebody open, walking in, look for a shooting lane, but that's gonna be blocked and go off a shin pad and come right back out to the neutral zone. Whitecaps bring it all the way down deep in their own zone, looking to move it up. They chip it around. Now it's gonna be picked off. Go through again. Surf trying to find some room now as they bring the puck in. It's gonna be Bailey Johnson who puts it deep. And another player gets taken down. This time it's gonna be the Surf player who hit the ice. And I think it's gonna go against Whitecaps. So right after the Surf kill one off, they're gonna get a chance for themselves on the power play here. It's heading to the box. So get a quick look at the official below us. We're gonna get a boarding call, and it's gonna go against number 27, Thomas Ferran. 9:14 to go, second period. So Surf will try their chance on the power play here. Looking to go up by one. The Whitecaps win the draw from the corner. Hard on the board. It's going to be kept in at the blue line. Pass down against the wall. Now down low. Gets deflected to the corner. Back to the corner they go. And the Whitecaps doing a good job keeping them pinned to the wall. Trying to free it up. They do. Walking out with them and then losing the handle. Whitecaps with it. One hand on stick pass. And they make a little move there. Looked like he's going to dump it down, but he likes to keep it. Now he moves up ahead, but pass a little bit too far. Surf pick it off. They're quickly back the other way, up through the middle. Looking to break it wide. Gets forced to the corner as Deloriers gets them all pinned and kicks it to the opposite corner and gives chase. Jack Delorier gets far as the blue line, but not out. Here's a chance for the Surf. And looking pass, and shoots. But Jack McDonald stays with it, stays with the shooter, makes the save. .8:22 remaining second period, 1:08 remaining here in the power play. The lineup for the draw. Surf control. Comes back to the blue line and then reaching out and extending to knock that out is Brady Young. So Surf will have to regroup, wait volley back in their own end. They look up ice with it. Little cross ice pass goes off a skate, but able to go skate the stick is Wilson. Wilson spins and turns, hands it back, and they go cross ice, walking in here, short side, just inside the circle, firing low. You know he's looking for the old screen tip or rebound, but either way, Johnson makes the save and getting it back again, looking for another shot is McAllen. Another save made. McAllen's rebound comes right back to him, looking out front, down, and on his knees trying to poke that through, but it gets cleared to the corner. And then back to the blue line, but sliding over, holding on to it. Johnson moves it over. There's another shot traffic in front. Rebound comes out. They're throwing everything at the net now as Johnson down. Where's the puck? It's loose. Pops out. Now the chance. Fire one. And somehow, with no stick and on his knees, able to get back in position to make a save is Jack McDonald with 13 seconds to go on the power play. Surf throwing everything at the net except for the kitchen sink. And McDonald there to make the saves and keep it out as he goes for a little skate to regroup himself. Great pressure there by Surf. 7:27 remaining second. And back on the draw here now. This face-off, Whitecaps control. They're going to rim it around, take the funny bounce off the sanction, but now with some help, Whitecaps able to force it down. And you have to hustle down. It's on the forecheck. Was McCarthy trying to force something. And then right out of the penalty box, and almost a collision there as well as they came out. Now going to bring the puck in, but didn't quite have control. And a little frustration. Now he's going to have maybe a few words from the officials as the frustration off the boards and the puck goes a little deep. And you know the referees don't like to go pick the puck up like that. But you see from our vantage point up here, like I said, we got a great spot. Cameraman's doing an amazing job getting some good angles. We get to hear the coaches and the players and all the action on the ice. Feels like we're right in here with no mesh or anything for our protection. So we got to watch out for flying pucks as well. Here's Whitecaps. There's a chance, short side, deflected, and they score. Didn't look like much of a play coming up from that one there, but the Whitecaps will take it as they go up by 2-1. I couldn't quite see his number as tucked in. Well, listening to the referee here now. Can't quite hear him down below us. They got the music going pretty good. We'll wait for the official goal now. So either way, 6:56 remaining second period. Whitecaps go up by 1, and it's 2-1. So right after they kill that penalty off, come down the other end, and get a shot on goal. It's deflected. And it was 36, Brody Wilson. And with Brady Young getting the assist marker on that as well. And there's the Surf for the shot from way out. Save made, rebound. And it just gets cleared to the wall. The Surf almost had an opportunity there, but couldn't quite get the puck on the right side of his stick. Now it's flicked to the side of the goal. Looking to take it in behind. Here's Guthrow. Guthrow looks to chip it off the boards. They reach up. Surf's going to put it right back to Guthrow. Has to go back in his own zone. And going to give it to his defensive partner. Who's going to go for a skate, looking up ice. Delores takes it all the way down deep in the corner. It's fun to watch this little athlete skate. He's got some moves. Now he hands it off. That's the Surf player trying to pin them to the boards now. Whitecap trying to come up with it. And then losing the handle. And Surf have it behind their own net. McAllen looks up ice. They flick a high one. Now we're going to get a race for it. Trying to get there first. And Surf does, and then firing a wild one. The rebound's loose for the moment. But Andrews gets to the puck and just fires one on goal. But McDonald there to make the save. Rebound's loose for a moment, but then he's able to gobble up just outside the blue paint. 5:40 remaining now, second period. On the draw now. Comes to the corner. Whitecaps go to the opposite side. Looks to clear it out along the boards. Now up through the middle. Calling for it in behind the play. McCart hands it off. Looking to maybe get it back, or that shot, whether shot or pass, either way, deflected up over the net. Now to the corner. Surf trying to dig it out. Whitecaps trying to find it there with a good little stick handling. And brings it right out front, but couldn't quite get the pass out. He had all kinds of moves. Now Surf quickly back the other way. Whitecaps stop it right inside the line, and then that quick back the other way. Inside the line, trying to find somebody open. On the backhand, now he hands it over. And there's going for a shot, taking the player down as he makes the shot block. Whitecaps retain possession, pass over. There's a long wrister, and get that high in the shoulder, but the rebound's down, loose, and then fire one up just a little bit too high. That's a Surf goal there. Looked like he was going to try to hold on to that, but he got it in a weird position that came loose. And then the rebound was almost put into the empty net, but goes over top. Now Landry trying to find his way through. He dances through. Now pass over. And what a save. Sliding over, making it look easy. That looked like an empty net, that beautiful pass. And they tried to slide that along the ice. But again, Ravlo with a nice little save. Whitecaps keeping the pressure on as they try to come back in the zone. Got to reset though. Looking up ice now, going for a skate. Landry trying to cut back to the middle. There's a pass, looking for a shot, and there it is. And it's in the back of the net as Landry sets it all up and then hands it off. And the Whitecaps add to their lead, making it 3-1. And I believe this time it's going to be number 29, Carson McCarthy, with a nice little pass from Landry. We'll bring it back to center here now with 4:05 remaining in the second period. Whitecaps with a 2-goal lead. as they look to punch their ticket to the finals. Lots of hockey left to be played before that. And again, the Surge are waiting. Championship game be at 1:15 local time. As that puck comes back out, Surf will have to reset. Whitecaps going back and forth between these two clubs here in the neutral zone. Now Surf will find it, put it down deep, give chase. In behind his own goal though, Guthrow. Look for a loose puck, takes it to the corner right down by those Zamboni doors. Well, rough ice and weird boards there as well. You gotta be careful with. Now looking to clear. Whitecaps do. Surf gotta regroup back in their own zone. The defender on him, then right up through the middle, that's gonna be picked off. Now another chance of blocking the shot. And the second attempt and another deflection as a giveaway there almost resulted in a Whitecaps goal, but it gets deflected up to the netting out of play. 3:14 remaining second period. Faceoff will stay inside the Surf zone. We'll line up on the draw. Whitecaps control at the blue line. Look to put it down deep. That's going to be picked off by the Surf, who tries to clear. Along the board now, both teams battle for it. Pops out down deep. Picked up by McAllen. McAllen takes it behind his own net. Now he hands it off, looking to join the rush. Surf just clear to center. Whitecaps right there to put it back in. But the Surf right there to take it back out. There's a pass over. Picked up now by O'Donnell. O'Donnell, he tries to fire a shot. He misses just wide. I'm pretty sure I recognize that name, and his older brother plays some U18 hockey. I'm sure he'd be looking like his brother as well. And there's pass shot attempt that goes right through the top of the crease. Now to the other side, Surf will pick it up down deep in the corner. Got to move quick as McCarthy was eyeing him up down the corner. And the Surf do clear it out to center. Whitecaps right that quick the other way. Landry on the far side. He tries to break wide now. He's looking out front. Pass gets picked off. Surf will look to move it. Along the boards now. They get all pinched up. They have a big battle between those two players. Whitecaps having the corner all the way around the net. Looking out front. Back to the blue line. Traffic in front. Holds. Spins. Tries to take it through. Surf almost picked that off. But they do clear it out. Not going to make it far enough for icing. Whitecaps back the other way. We listen to the goal announcement. Surf deep in their own zone here now, looking to clear it out. Now just inside the line, but losing the handle. Whitecaps they come with some speed here after scoring a couple goals. There's a move at center. Everybody stays on side. They get over the line. Look for a shooting lane. Find one, blocker save. Rebound goes up high in the air. Whitecaps pick it up. Trying to spin off the boards. Back at the blue line. There's a shot towards the net. Another one that's deflected up high. Trying to reach up for it. Now here at the boards. Trying to get off the check to his Landry. He sees the open corner. Puts it down deep. Under a minute to go here, second period. A little bit of pushing and rubbing out there along the boards. Players get knocked down. Both referees say no. Puck comes out. Whitecaps got to retreat back in their own zone. And they're going to say it goes far enough. Didn't know it was going to have enough speed. But icing will be the call. 41.4 up on the clock, second period. We'll bring that face-off back to the Surf zone. On the draw, Surf able to clear it out. Whitecaps back in their own end. Little DDD pass in their own zone now. Looking to set things up to Laurier's. He's off the backboards. He gives it back to Guthrow. Looks up ice. There's a pass up through the middle. Off the skate, didn't realize where it was. Now he looks down, picks it up over the blue line. Trying to find some room. Wilson throws a shot towards the net. Gets deflected to the corner. Surf tries to clear. Fires the blue line, not out. Stays in. 3 Whitecaps inside the blue line now with a couple seconds weighing down. As the puck was loose for the moment, you see the argument from the Whitecaps player. But Radlow able to reach out, cover up just enough. Whistle goes, 4.6 remaining here in the second. As Whitecaps might want to try to get something quick right on the draw, maybe a shot right off the face-off or a quick one back to the defenseman. Surf try to win it back to the corner, kill out the rest of this period, try to get to the third. And they do get the face-off, and they do skate it behind their own goal. And as the horn goes, well, that's going to do it for us here after two. 3-1 our score. And we'll be right back. Those first two periods tell us anything. The third should be a good one. See everybody in a few. And looks like both teams have their conversations, leave their respective benches. Looks like they're ready to go. 11 minutes up on the clock, third period. Spot in the finals waiting for one of these two teams. Whitecaps have a 2-goal lead. We'll see here who wants it more in the third. Wave Invitational, Whitecaps get the draw, and they're that quick right in the zone. On the backhand, looking to force one out front, the crash in the net, and everybody's down. Puck stays out as everybody comes in to have a conversation. Just 9 seconds in, Whitecaps looking to add to their lead. On the face-off, Surf having the corner, going along the boards, looking to chip it out. They do. Surf up through the middle now. Far side. And everybody got a hold on the blue line now. They look to have a leap. Now they put it in deep. As both teams give it a chase, it gets rimmed around the old horn to the opposite side. Whitecaps there to chip it up ahead now. Now we get a race on that far side. Surf looking to get there first. They do. But Whitecaps on the forecheck now. As Landry's in there looking for a loose puck. Player gets knocked down. Play continues. Whitecaps have it, trying to walk out front with it. Can't get by the defender who gets as far as the blue line, not out. Whitecaps right there to put it down deep from the wall. Walking out front. Down low, little give and go, and it comes out front. And then you can hear there, you can hear the coaches underneath me as well. Nice try. And that set play. But Ravlo played it perfect, made the save, cover up. Exactly 10 minutes to go here in the third. As Whitecaps coming out on fire. White hot, some would say, as they're trying to add to their lead. They want to punch their ticket in the finals. Surf looking to get down the other end, get one back, make this a 1-goal game. Anything can happen. But they say 2-goal lead, worst lead in hockey. We'll see if that's true or not. The Whitecap with the pressure right now to keep that puck in. They have it. There's a shot there. Rather with the save. Rebound. Comes out and gets it again. Another one. That one's going to be deflected. Another one for the fans. As that one goes up out of play. Let's firing that one on goal was Brody Wilson. Surf get a piece of it. And it's up into the netting. Another face-off. Back to the blue line. Delorier going to take a long wrister. Looking for deflection there. That goes wide. Whitecaps get to it first on the boards. Up to the D again and puts it right back. Now deep in the corner. Trying to come out with it. Udall. Looking for a pass out front. Now they're in behind the goal. Still have it now back to the blue line. Delorier. And it takes a funny bounce off the bottom of the boards. Then he has to race his way back. Delorier, a little head fake. Shifts it back to himself. Now you're going to give it to his defensive partner behind the goal. They look up ice, and you can see calling for it right there at center. It was Udall. But they get over the line. Whitecaps trying to get a shot off. Good stick check from behind from Surf. Now they're back the other way. Over the blue line, referee's arms up. I can hear the coaches call that one before the official, and it's got to be a slash call. And you can see it from up here. Got a pretty good way, pretty well anything on the hands. They're up in the middle of the stick there. They're going to call it. There might be the opportunity that Surf's looking for as heading to the box. It's going to be number 36, Brody Wilson. So a power play opportunity here for a Surf with 8:47 to go third period. Looking to cut this lead in half. Whitecaps win the draw though. Put it in behind the net. Look for some open ice. And with some help from McCarthy, able to send that out. Surf will start in their own zone. Move it off here to McAllen, who brings it inside the line now. Forced along the boards. Whitecaps trying to clear. They do. The referee had to duck there and watch out on the benches as well. Whitecaps send it all the way down the length of the ice. Down there on the forecheck though, the Surf will have to move quick as Whitecaps being aggressive. Now Surf looks up ice. Hands it off. Picked up by Andrews. Andrews has the lone goal for Surf here so far, way back in that first period. And a little spin move, and maybe one move too many, as spinning himself out was Wilson, and a chance for the Whitecaps, or I should apologize, that was the McDougall who spun himself out and gave the Whitecaps a chance to clear the puck. Now I'll try it again. There's McDougall. He gets taken down. Play continues. Whitecaps clear through, and you see the players looking at the referee, looking for calls. Referees, this semifinals, they're going to let a little more go here. And pass over. Look for a chance here. There's a hard shot, firing that one, but off the glass was McAllen. Puck stays in though. 35 seconds to go in the power play. Whitecaps pick it off, and they're going to send it down. Way out to play it though. And then fanning the shot now, an empty net, a chance, but a chance to get back in as Landry thought he might have had a gimme as Ravlo mishandled the puck. And almost an opportunity for the Whitecaps to score shorthanded, but just that quick back the other way is McAllen, who spins over. Now goes cross ice, and his pass is almost picked off. So Surf will have to start again, only 10 seconds remaining in the power play. Cross ice pass deflected. And I think the Surf will run out of time here on the power play as the penalized player gets ready to step back on the ice and back to 5-on-5. And with the puck now, Deloriers take it down deep in the corner, trying to walk out with it. Has it in behind, trying to find an opening or find somebody open. Now he moves it over, and there's a quick wrister. Traffic in front, doesn't make it through. As throwing that one towards the goal was Udall. Now the Surf off the boards, going to clear it out. That's going to go a little bit too far, and the whistle goes the length of the ice. Icing will be the call. 6:21 remaining here, third period. And you see Jack there picking the puck up with the paddle and flicking it up to his glove, showing his little artistry with the stick after the whistle. Face off here to the right on the Surf goaltender. Whitecaps control. Delorier puts a little head fake off. Now hands it off. Pass is picked off along the board. Surf will try to clear. Looking to skate out with some room. Looking far side, a little head fake, but puck gets deflected to the corner. Shea tries to make something happen. Now both teams looking for it in the corner. Surf trying to force his way out, and they do! And from one knee, and then putting the puck up high, Surf scores one as pulling that one out. And showing some great stickery there. I believe it's number 63. His jersey's a little tucked into him. I'm pretty sure it's Memphis McPhee. Either way, Surf cut the lead in half. 5:55 remaining third period. We got a 3-2 hockey game. As he went down on one knee, somehow able to get that stick and backhand that one upstairs. And it was Memphis McPhee. I have on my roster from PEI. Again, great to see these players from all over Atlantic Canada, Ontario, some from Eastern United States as well. Up here for this Wave Invitational. It's been great hockey. 3-day event. Whitecaps trying to bring it back in the zone now. Couldn't find much room, but keep possession down deep in the corner. Walking out front with a backhand pass, trying to set up McCarthy on that far side. Puck takes a bounce on them. Surf trying to free it down from below the goal line, all on the boards. And they come into the scrum with it, looking up ice. Quick little pass to the middle. Now down below us, trying to find some room. There's Swan White. He gets taken down if you put the puck down into the corner. Puck not cleared though. Spinning with it is O'Donnell. Puts it down deep. Whitecaps will try again. Almost getting his pocket picked there was Dixon as the puck stays deep. Now Whitecaps will look to clear it out. They start to headman the puck over the blue line. Trying to walk down through. Now a loose puck is Landry almost had a gift. The puck kind of landed on his stick. Then he shoots it wide. Kept in at the blue line. Walking in. Looking for some traffic out front. Delorier's trying to reach back. Does keep it inside the zone. Going to put it down deep. Whitecaps trying to keep this away from their goalie as far as possible. Keep the possession in the offensive zone. Surf will try the other side to look to clear. He's down deep in the corner. Whitecaps pressuring the puck. Still on now. Surf for the chance to clear. They got to flick one high off the boards. Not going to make it far enough for icing. Whitecaps back in their own zone. Around the goal. Along the boards. Trying to flick one through. Now have to try the opposite side. Not much room there as Delorier's looks up ice. Going to hand over his defensive partner. Looks to skate up. Makes a little move up through center. Guthrow trying to find some room here. Short side. Looking out front. Like to go all the way around. Maybe a wraparound attempt. But he scores! Whitecaps regain their 2-goal lead. As Max Guthrow doing it himself with the wraparound, using that long reach. 3:32 remaining here in this third period. As Surf got one back, but here's the Whitecaps coming right back. Regain their 2-goal cushion, 4-2, 3:32 remaining here in the third. The big battle. You can see them playing a game of chopsticks there on that far side, trying to battle for position. Listen for the goal call here now. Delorier with the assist mark, and here's a chance looking for more. There's a shot from in tight, doesn't quite make it through. The goalie down, referee loses sight, and the whistle's gonna go. So another opportunity for the Whitecaps. But they're feeling pretty good right now as we're getting to the end stages here of the third period. Still 3:10 remaining. Next goal could change anything for either side. He gets set up for the draw. Going forward with the Whitecaps have it, trying to walk out from the corner. Gets knocked off his stick, but Whitecaps still have it. Now it's in room. Right off the wall, pass over, and trying to set up. But again, another defensive play by the Surf to get a stick on that, break up that passing attempt. They clear it out to center. Whitecaps will regroup at their own blue line, losing edge for a moment, but getting right back up and then making the pass. And they're getting them inside the line. And they battle on the boards just in front of the Surf bench here. And it's going to be Varan, hand over far side, walking in, right top of the circle. Fire shot, blocker save. Rebound comes to the corner. Surf will try to move it around. Looking to clear it out. Gets stopped at center though. And it's right below us. Whitecaps pick it off. Chip one up ahead. Trying to get inside the zone. Looking for some room. Not much room there to get inside the blue line. Then now they'll try the far side. And with that one a little bit too wide and a little too quick here on the short side. So offside will be the call. 2:12 now remaining. Third period, 4-2 hockey game. Into the surge, waiting in the finals here. That will come up 1:15. Championship game, of course, we'll be here to bring it to you. And right on the draw, Whitecaps going forward with it, bringing it just inside the line. Surf looking to move it out, and player gets knocked down there, but Whitecaps keep possession of the puck down below from the corner, looking out front, gonna go back to the blue line. Walking the line now, has a look, hands it back along the wall. A little give and go maybe as they try to set up, and a bouncing puck gonna come to the wall. Both teams give chase. Surf gets there first. Chip it up along the wall. Now they're inside the zone. Trying to turn back, make something happen is McDougal. They lose the handle. Whitecaps pick it back up. Looking up through the middle. Get your head up. Could have been a big collision there. You get a little older, you don't want to have your head down like that. Now, a little push down on the retaliation. So there's going to be a power play as the goaltender was pulled for the Surf. A little frustration on the Whitecap player as he had his stick knocked out of him on that almost collision at center. But heading back to the box, I believe we're going to get a timeout. And it is number 36, Brody Wilson, in the box. So 1:26 up on the clock. Surf want to have a conversation. They call a timeout. They need two. They'll pull the goaltender. Face-off will come in the Whitecap zone. So Surf will try to draw something up on the face-off as they want to score quickly. As time not in their favor here as we're towards the end of the third period. Lots of great coaches here this whole weekend helping out with all the different teams. Of course, these players coming from all over, from different associations and not used to playing with each other, and trying to bring the kids together for these tournaments can be a tough task, but looks like they've been having fun. I've been watching the coaches on the benches and seeing them in the hallways, and they are enjoying this just as much as the kids. The whistle goes. 2 minutes up on the clock for Brody, 1:26 remaining in the game clock. Surf 6-on-4 now. You can see Jack McDonald doing a little skate, trying to get himself in the zone, ready for this face-off. As they all try to collapse in, Surf get the draw. Back to the blue line, look for traffic in front, fires a shot. McDonald way out top of the crease, makes a save, comes to the corner. Surf puts it behind the goal. Gets forced to the opposite corner now, picking in from the blue line. Looking to set up. Pass out front, pass just a little bit too far as it goes through the crease, but kept in at the blue line. Now spinning, turning, fire one, that's another one. That's blocked in front. Rebound comes over, and calm, cool, collected. There is McDonald sliding over with the glove, making the save, making it look easy. 1:02 remaining now here in the third period. Face-off will come to the opposite dot. Another draw. Surf have it again. Shot from the blue line. Traffic in front. And they can't get by that glove of Jack McDonald as he slides over on the knees. Little flick of the wrist. We'll redo that face-off. A few more seconds tick off the clock. Official tries to get them all lined up on the draw. And again, you have to laugh. Every time they point back, push them back, they just come right back in. And that's at all levels. And that's the argument with the player of how to draw up, and they finally drop it. Whitecaps win the draw. They're rimming around the boards, and it does come out. Hustling back to pick it up. Surf in their own zone. Gonna head up ice quickly. Pass down below us. Now over the blue line. Looking to gain the zone, put the brakes on, trying to find somebody open, trying to spin away from a forecheck, looking for some help. You can hear the coaches yelling for help, and he does get some. But Whitecaps force him along the board. Now pass up to the middle. Pass far side. Look for a shot. There it is. But right in the old breadbasket of the Whitecaps goalie, and he makes sure there's no rebound. Time not in the Surf's favor right now. 27.2 up on the clock. As the Surf had 7 players on the ice, a little confusion there, and an opportunity for the Whitecaps to get the draw to clear it out. Now far side, Surf will try again inside the zone. Inside the blue line, walking right in, pass over, set up for the one time, and that's blocked in front. It looked like it was gonna go wide anyway, but feeling the effects of that, he goes to the bench. Another shot, and the Whitecaps doing everything to protect their goalie from their body in harm's way. And time clicks down. Whitecaps click their way to the final. 4-2. So it will be Surge versus the Whitecaps for the 2013 for the Wave Invitational. That was a fun one, folks. We'll take a break here. We'll be back for the championship game. 1:15 our time. I want to thank everybody for watching. Mike Elliott here on the call. We'll see everybody next game.